Good evening, everyone. I'm at the Jonathan Trumbull Library. Welcome to our first and hopefully only ever virtual Christmas tree lighting. I'm your first selectman, Kevin Swickler. Tonight we have a special broadcast that comes about as close to the real thing as you can get to the Lebanon's tree lighting. Tonight's show includes performances by the First Baptist Church Handbell Choir performing Away in the Manger, O Come All Ye Faithful, The First Noel, and Joy to the World. The Lyman Memorial High School Band will be performing Deck the Halls, Jingle Bells, and Jolly Old St. Nicholas. The Lyman Memorial High School Chorus also provided audio recordings of the recent performances of Up on the Housetop, Silent Night, and Old Christmas Tree. We'll also have a special reading called Lebanon's First Christmas Tree, presented by the Lebanon Historical Society. And of course, we will light the Christmas tree. Please stick around to the very end, when we'll have a very special message from a very special guest all the way from the North Pole. Thank you for tuning in to the virtual tree lighting. We'll begin with the First Baptist Church Handbell Choir.
The Connecticut Society, Sons of the American Revolution, welcomes you to the War Office in Lebanon.
Season's greetings from the SAR.
evening, everyone. Chief Shaw here, along with Firefighter Preston and Firefighter Travis. On behalf of the officers and the members of the Lebanon Volunteer Fire Department, I want to wish everybody a safe and happy holiday season. Really going to miss you guys this year at the tree lighting, but don't worry, we're going to be there next year. Happy holidays, all.
Stop reindeer boys, Bochum's goody Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who would go? Ho, 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 who would go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney, good Saint Nick. First comes the stocking of little Nell. Oh dear Santa, fill it well. Give her a doll in a lasting prize. One little woman and shut her eyes. Ho, 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 who would go? Ho, 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 who would go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick.
1861 has been a year of upheaval and distraction. In the spring, my brother William, like many of the young men in Lebanon, volunteered in answer to the call from President Lincoln. The president's words stirred the hearts and resolve of many. On November 4th, a few days ago, we sent William a package of ginger cookies, walnuts, etc. Also 4 letters Eddie and Tommy wrote besides Mary and I. Crawford Baker sent a large box the same day. 3 or 4 kinds of cakes, jellies, wine, walnuts, and chestnuts. Sent everything they had for their party. We were all invited up there Friday Eve, between 40 and 50, and had a very pleasant time. November 11th. We all went over to Mrs. Dutton's to society. There was a good number there, and they quilted 3 soldiers' bed quilts. Gentlemen came in the evening, and we had a pleasant time singing. Around December 1st, another party was held, and a box was sent with pies, cookies, sausage, spare ribs, butter, etc. I do hope nothing will prevent him from receiving it, for every crack and crevice was filled with some remembrance. December 18th. Have just returned from Sunday school concert. It commenced at 6 o'clock and held until 7, and since then we have been singing with the children to learn Christmas tunes. We are all engaged in getting ready for a Christmas tree. It is a new thing in Lebanon, and I hope all will enter into it and enjoy it. Mrs. Sheldon and Miss Lucy seem to be the first committee. The town hall is to be trimmed, etc. All the people are busy making presents. I guess I have done as little as any, only made 6 neckties for my boys. Today we went to Norwich on the cars for shopping and a turkey and oyster dinner. We went after tea. The hall was beautifully trimmed and the tree heavily laden with fruit. Mr. Herbert took the lead of the exercises. We sung 2 or 3 times and several of the children spoke pieces, also Reverend Mr. Hine. The tree was lit and looked beautifully. There was a gift for every child and many for older people. We had a good deal of fun while distributing them. Mr. and Mrs. Hine had several valuable presents, and so did their children. A nice pair of gloves, a fur muffler, 2 or 3 pairs of stockings, books, an envelope of money, etc. for Mr. Hine. It all passed off pleasantly, and all enjoyed it. A few days later, I was happy to go sleigh riding, and it was decided I should go in the single sleigh with John Huntington. It took a good deal of time to pack off, deciding who should sit where, but finally all were off but John and I. We were a little behind. As we were just this side of the schoolhouse, I saw a black mass in the middle of the little pond and concluded it must be a load of wood, but as we came up found, to our great astonishment, that the load just ahead of us had tipped over and the horses run away. It was feared for a time that Eliza J. was hurt, as Mary had fallen upon her, and she was somewhat smothered. I immediately jumped out, and the sleigh was turned round. The girls that were all weak and trembling with fright put in there. It was a sad yet funny sight, for they were covered in snow, their hats knocked in, etc. Mr. Gibbs and Hart started immediately in the single sleigh to look after the runaway horses and driver. They met about a mile from here coming back. Those in the head sleigh had stopped the horses, and their driver was coming back with them all right. After waiting a little while for everyone to regain their composure and get warmed, they started off again, feeling very thankful that not anyone was killed or their bones broken. I did not start the second time, thinking the fun was pretty much over, so they were most determined that I should. Harry has gone down today, and I hope will bring news of their safe arrival.
From the First Baptist Church of Lebanon, Merry Christmas!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and children of Lebanon. My name's Kevin Swicklam, first selectman here in town, and I'd like to welcome you all to about our 50th year of our annual Christmas tree lighting. I want to thank all the residents this year, especially of all the people that do so many volunteer hours through the different boards and commissions, to our staff, all of you out there that make Lebanon a very, very special place to live. In this year of COVID 2020, I'd love to have a live Christmas tree lighting. Unfortunately, that's not the case this year, so I really need you to help me in our virtual reality making this work. Again, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year. Now I need a little bit of help from all the boys and girls out there. At the end of our count, just say turn on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, forever true your heart. Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, forever true your color. Your bells will ring in summertime, typically green in wintertime. Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, forever true your color. Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, you fill my heart with music. Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, you fill my heart with music. Reminding me on Christmas Day to think of you and then behave. Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, you fill my heart with music.
Boys and girls, thank you very much for all that help, but guess what? I was just informed we have a special guest tonight, just for you. Boys and girls, here's Santa.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! This year, boys and girls, things are going to be a little different in the town of Lebanon. We'll have the tree lighting. It'll be virtual this year. Not like last year. Last year was so much fun. There was so many people that came. It was great. As I flew over the green in my sleigh with my reindeer, I happened to notice all the lit up candles on the path on the Lebanon green. And I flew over and I landed at the firehouse, and they were able to bring me up in the fire truck. And then I got out and we lit the tree, and my goodness, there was so many wonderful people there. We went into the fellowship hall and we had cookies, and I got to have everybody sit on my lap. And it was wonderful. But just remember, this year, I'll be coming to your house, and I hope you've been good boys and girls, and next year, we're going to have a much better tree lighting. Hopefully, we'll all be able to congregate by the tree and light it. Let's hope for a white Christmas, and I hope all you boys and girls have been good. And don't forget to leave old Santa Claus cookies and milk. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! I've got to go now and check on the elves to see how they're making out in the workshop. So, there again, Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!